Hello and welcome back to another video. It's a while since we had one out, but well wrapped up today. We have a bit of snow at it. It's sort of gone now, but we didn't have too much, but look, it disrupted things a little bit. I'm just up giving the lambs a bit of meal as where they've got feck all really for the last while. Every now and again, but I have about half a bag of meal left that I'm going to have to use up because I'll be explaining in this video. I explained before that I'm going organic, so if I get accepted in come January, I can't have any conventional meal or anything like that, so it'll be starting from January. Last week I was doing a course. I done one Zoom half day on Zoom, and then I went down to Chaggerson Portlaoise on Wednesday and out to an organic farm there. So, and then I have 2 Zoom days next week, and then a day in December down in Portlaoise again. So that's the organic course done. So I have applied for it anyway from the department section, and I just have to do a few forms, get a health plan done up, get all that done, send it in, and then I should be organic or in conversion from January. And that's a 5-year scheme, so I'm going into it. So yeah, I've only about 42 lambs left, or 45 or something like that, but I will need some stock carrying on next year. I was going to buy in organic lambs come next July, August anyway, but you have to have a certain stocking rate as a 1 point something, I'm not sure, for 7 consecutive months in one calendar year. Like, I would have them for 7 consecutive months, but it would be going from 1 year, then January, February, March into the next year, but it needs to be from January to December. So I might have to keep these 42 lambs to just tide me over. Might even have to buy another 10 just to make sure I have the right stocking rate going in to well, look, even if it was the end of January or February, it would be fine, but I need to have them for 7 months until I start buying in lambs next July or August. Just up on here in the hill as well, and we had a couple of piles of dung up there. I think in the last video I was at dung, so we got all the piles of dung spread and out. We covered an awful lot of ground, so that will help the grass coming into next year. Hopefully we get some out. Like with the organics, there's no fertilizer, so but going back to the soil samples from when I done the soil samples before, we needed to spread a lot of lime, and lime is a great thing in organics anyway. So thought I would have got started on that this year, but I didn't. Definitely have to get started on that next year, and 100 or 200 ton of lime and get it out. It would help an awful lot. So yeah, maybe we get some early cuts next year, because there'll be nothing grazing this grass. As I say, I just have to keep a few lambs somewhere, but I might even keep them down at home. And like, as I said, dung has been spread on an awful lot of the land now to help it come back. But nothing has been grazing it this autumn, so it should give it a real good boost, maybe for an early cut, early June next year, like first week in June, maybe end of May, first week in June next year start, before the madness starts, you know, because we're quite high up here, I've said before, and lads will be cutting a little bit later. So if we got a bulk of it done, even 60 acres of done here, like I'll be cutting, or I'm farming 160 acres, we'll probably be cutting 140 here, and then all the contracting or whatever, and then maybe taking that other 100 or that 1,000 bales down in Greystones. I just don't know what I'll be doing with that yet. So that's the plan going forward. In this video, we're probably going to do a bit of a machinery video, because we haven't really done a machinery one since we started, and there's a couple of pieces of machinery I'm probably going to sell as well. Maybe the Slurry Tanker I have on done deal, because I have no slats now, or not even renting slats, and I had two tethers. I thought I'd need 2 for doing all the haylage, but we really only ever have time to use 1, so I have 1 of them up as well. And maybe I'll sell one of the bale trailers, because it's just sitting there all winter. I use the big one the whole time, and the small one's just sitting there. I know it's handy in the summertime, it's an extra trailer, but look, I'll see, maybe buy one back at a later date. So I'll just put it up here, what I'm thinking of selling, or there's 2 things on done deal, and maybe the Brogan trailer then, and see if anyone has interest on here. Don't know whether you can see in there or not. I just took Pippy out today to get in the ram lambs, and I looked at her and I said, geez Pip, you're gone very thin. But like, she had net bones and stuff and food that we had given her here the other day. I just threw that out of the bucket there now. I didn't just throw it there. I would have put it in the bucket for her, but she hadn't netted, and I was just wondering, like, she's gone a bit thin. And when I came back after doing the ram lambs, I looked in there and there's 5 little puppies. So I'm just giving her these biscuits now. I'll give her ad lib biscuits and try build her back up a bit. She's just gone a little bit thin. I didn't know she was in pup. It was when we went away on holidays. I was told when I came back that she had got out a few times, so she must have went in pup. So I have another little thing of biscuits there, just to give her ad lib biscuits now, just until the pups go. And geez, the poor old devil. Yeah, I knew there was something up when I took her out, just to get the rams in. I fucking knew by looking at her that I said, I bet you she has pups. Came back and yeah, they're only a day old. They're only about a day old. Now there was one little lad. He didn't look great. I don't know, we might have to take him out maybe and give him a bottle or something like that, or I might even have to rig up a spot where I can set up the infrared light. But like I had only put straw in here last week for them anyway, for the dogs, like, so. But just the last few nights have been cold and rough, so but they look, apart from one little lad, they look okay. Just here in the yard, just another thing as well, there was a lad, he's building a new shed. I'm not going to say who it is. He's building a new shed, but it just won't be ready for another month, and he had just a few cattle that were out that would have been going into this new shed, and he was stuck for space, and he asked me had I any sheds here, so I said I had. So he has threw a few cattle in here just to get him out of a hole for a couple of weeks. I think there could be 22 or 3 there, I'm not sure, but like I just said, I'd get him out of a hole a month max until he has his shed done. So we're just doing that. I suppose it's nice to have a few cattle back in the shed anyway, but we want to get these sheds ready for renting out. But as I said, there's a good bit of work to do. A few other things I want to show you. I'm just going to go through some of the machines and show you what we have, because we have never done that. Everywhere's just a bit of a fucking mess at the minute. I actually have all the barriers and stuff home. It's on the big trailer. We done it yesterday. I'll just show you what I have there. Roughly it all needs to be power washed and cleaned, and that's all for sale. And I'll show you what machines I have for sale at the minute, just see if anyone's interested. And then of course we have loads of haylage. We have a bit of silage, but loads and loads of haylage for sale if anyone's interested. Sure, maybe I'll start here in the yard. This muck spreader needs a bit of TLC. You probably seen me working on it a few times anyway, where I was putting new chains in it, but there's a good few holes gone in it there. It really could do to be washed out and some steel got for it, and spend a day or two at it and try fix it up, because look, I don't spread that much dung. So look, if you could just keep it right, it would last a good few years. I only bought it second hand down in Kilkenny or somewhere like that. It's an Abbey 2090. I did lend it out one time and this got fucking dented. My mechanic just needs to put new lights on it. He's going to stick new lights on it probably after Christmas. And the same with that grain trailer. The lights is broke and it needs a new connection for the brakes as well. I know some people are going to say you should have all your machines in the shed, I know, but I was actually doing silage up until a week or two ago, so there's no point in that. Stuff was washed during the summer, but there's no point in washing it now and then having to go do another bit. But I'm going at Christmas trees, I think, on Friday, starting that, so realistically it's going to be in between Christmas and New Year, or else just after Christmas. Going to get all the machines washed and into the shed. Just have this Cleveland 3228 rear mower. I have that, it's 5 years, have it paid for now. Good mower enough, nothing has ever gone wrong with it. But I'll just tell you, since I got the crown there, they all need to be washed, greased, oiled, and probably new blades on some. I had put new blades on, but since I got this crown a couple of years ago, the front mower, and like people would have seen it in the videos, then when we were down on a few spots, sometimes the the stuff got lapped around the back tines on that. The tines on, I might as well show you. The tines on this one are stationary. They're solid, you know what I mean? And the stuff used to lap around the tines, and it used to clog it. But I'll tell you, with this, with the Crown, it never clogged. Oh, sorry, I'll go here. The tines they move. There's actually a bit of movement in them, so maybe that makes the difference. I'm not sure, but this Crown mower has never clogged on me. It's a fucking brilliant job. It's a brilliant job. Maybe down the line I consider trading that Cleveland in for a Crown back mower as well, and go 10 foot, because that's only a 9 foot and this Crown is 10 foot, so you'd be hitting 20 foot then. This rake is actually, this tether is actually for sale, where we have 2 tethers. When we were doing all the haylage, we thought we would have had work for 2, but when you're fecking flying and going one person's doing one thing and Schooner be doing the other, like, realistically you never get to use the 2. It's usually only ever one. Well, look, you might use 2 for one day, but it's very rare. So this one's up for sale. It's a 2020 machine, good machine, so I have that on done deal. Now here's a trailer. I actually just don't know whether I'm going to sell this or not, because I'll show you the other trailer I have out, because it has done nothing. It actually done a bit of work today, where I had all the barriers on the other one. I went with a load of haylage with it today, but I'm just not sure whether I'd sell that or not. If someone was interested in it, give me a shout. I just have the air hoses are not on it at the minute. She's a 24 foot broken. It's only 4-year-old as well. I think it's 4-year-old now in the spring. Just could do with a bit of washing, the grease and all. It's a fucking brilliant trailer. Look, you could probably use it in the summer, but I really want to get these sheds rented out, generate enough money, get these sheds rented out, and then with the money that you're generating from the sheds, maybe you could buy a trailer again later on. So that's sort of my thinking on it, you know. We still have the Gator there as a demo. That's still on demo. We have extended the demo on that, and the loader. Everyone has seen this in the videos anyway, but I got it from Quad Venture. And Johnny down there, just there's the number again, 087 253 9696. He's down in Wexford, Polaris Ranger, and I find it a great job. It's really easy on fuel. It's just so handy. It really is so handy. Just with the fact that I'm getting out of all the livestock now. I know I'll have livestock back in organics. Probably won't have as much use for it, but look, we'll try and see what happens, whether we're going to keep it or not. We don't know. So look, I'll bring you over, and the loader's still on demo as well. A GGM loader. We found that very good with the bales this year. It took the pressure off with the tractor. The tractor could go drawn if I had another person and left this in the yard, then wrapping and stacking. There's a grab with it, a bucket with it, and a forks with it. A fucking great job. I really am happy with it. Look, it's not one of the top models or makes, but I wouldn't be doing enough to justify, like, they're fucking 80, 90, 100 grand for them ones. Like, I wouldn't be doing enough to justify that. Even if I had all my livestock, I couldn't justify it, you know. We just have a skip there, getting rid of some rubbish. And then this is actually my dad's trailer that we used to keep all the nuts in. I don't have a bin here. He has a bin down to sheep shed, but I don't have a bin here. We just used to keep the nuts in this. Probably just need to clean out at the minute. Yeah, I just had that in the bottom of it, and then another cover on the top. This shed's just a bit of a fucking mess at the minute, but I'll show you. Yeah, we have a fertilizer spreader, an Amazon 500. I don't know whether to sell that now or not, because I'm going into organics. I don't do that much fertilizer for contracting fertilizer, you know, so I just don't know. It's a good spreader. I've only bought it second hand off Atkinson Brothers down. I think they're down in Oilgate in Wexford. They deal in a bit of second hand machinery, I think. So I bought it off them second hand, and it holds 2 ton. So it was huge for me. It was just saving me so much time, rather than my dad's old one that only held a ton made some difference, you know. A little more than probably 2 ton, depending on what fertilizer you have. And then we're running 2 tractors. McCormick, she's 100 horsepower with a loader. Usually I had that up at the slats last year, just feeding the cattle with that. Use it on the wrapper. As I say now, there's probably less work for it now that I don't have all the livestock, but it's a great sturdy little tractor. Now there's fucking 10,000 hours on it. She's a 04, but like she's running grand. Then the Hale wrapper, I only changed that a few years ago. Only got that a few years ago, where I only had a single roll one, and I traded it in. I think it was Clark Machinery up in Cavan, and I got a double one. It's just saving me so much more time, especially because we were doing so much haylage. Exactly same principle, only it has two rollers on it. You're doing the haylage twice as quick. Now look, down the line, potentially, if I keep doing as much haylage and contracting and stuff, a combi baler is on my mind, because we might do 300 or 400 bales, go bale it and get them drew into the yard here or someone else's yard, and then you have to come back and start face into 300 or 400 bales wrapping. You know what I mean? If I had the combi baler, it would cut out all that, but it wouldn't suit everyone up here. It doesn't suit everyone, but look, it is on my mind. Then the baler, it needs to be fucking washed and all as well. It's a Massey Ferguson 3130F. Be going into its 4th season next year. I think there's about 18,000 bales on it roughly. I don't know off the top of my head, but I broke a chain last year on it, and it got caught around a cog in there, and I had to replace the sprocket. And when they actually had a look at all the chains, they renewed all the chains. Gordon Haggerty's down in Tullow. They renewed all the chains on it. They just said it'd be better do it when they had it in. I don't know whether they were codding me or what, but anyway, all new. There was 12 or 13,000 bales on it at the time, and he said the chains would probably only last till 15. So I got them all done. There's all new set of chains on it, but that's the only thing. I had to get a new bar for this wheel, where I caught this wheel a couple of times and broke the bar. Some of it was where you're just changing fields and you didn't take the wheels off, and the wheel might have got caught in the fucking ditch or something like that. It was down to sort of laziness, really, just not hopping up and down every time, taking the wheels off. But really happy with the baler. Really happy with it. And I find the computer easy to work in the cab as well, and it has the drop floor. Makes a great bale, and for the contracting or the haylage or anything like that, any of the bales, I make the bales the exact same as if I was doing my own. I don't want anyone, like, for the sake of a couple of bales, I pack them hard. Maybe that's why I had to renew all the chains, because I'm packing the bales pretty good. So yeah, happy with that. But as I say, when we're finished paying for it, I don't know whether we change to a combi. I don't know. The combi balers are just they're so expensive. But again, it would just be saving us a lot of time. Would be definitely saving us a lot of time. Right, we'll go out the back and I'll show you. Oh no, sure, look. We just have a little lawnmower. Then we have a few bales of hay there as well. But everyone knows the case 165 that we have. I had a case 165 there, and I changed it. I think it was 2 years ago, because I had no front PTO, and I wanted a front PTO. I think I've gone through the case before, but like, she's 165 horsepower. I think she's boosted to, I don't know, maybe 200 or something like that. I don't know. I don't know whether she'd handle, people can put in the comments, or people have any questions about any of the machines, stick in the comments, whether she'd handle a combi baler. I know Cooney Furlongs down there have the Gowl, or that's how you pronounce it, those blue balers, and there's serious stuff in it. They're really heavy, so I don't know whether this 165 would handle it or not. Maybe you want to go to a 185, I don't know, but have this 28 foot Bale trailer. It's an A and W trailer, 28 foot. Fucking great job. But yeah, we just went and got all the cattle stuff from the up at the slats there yesterday. So all this stuff is for sale. There's a lot of dividing gates. Now I think there's a couple of field gates. I'm going to keep them obviously, but I think there's three calf creep gates. Look, there was lads looking for some of this stuff a while ago. I just hadn't had time to get it till now, so I apologies to those people that were looking for them. I just didn't have time. I did not have time. There's a full crush. That's a semi-automatic crush gate. All this stuff is practically brand new. It's only a couple of years old with the posts, and then there's 4 panels to go with that crush. 4 panel. I'm not sure the exact length of it, but I can find out whenever. Look, all this stuff needs to be washed and disinfected. All a real good power wash, and yeah, and there's those dividing gates. I think they're 15 foot and they extend to 17 or 18, something like that. They're great, and they're 5 bar, really heavy, really heavy. But what I probably have to do is find out. They're all off Condon Engineering. Find out how much new ones are and then work out my price from that, because a lot of this stuff is relatively new, as I say, only a couple of years old. So that's probably what I'll do there. Find out what the new stuff is and then try and price it off that. Yeah, I have a couple of round feeders there as well, cattle round feeders. They'll probably be going as well. I think I've 3 or 4. This is the Slurry Tanker. I'm actually selling this Slurry Tanker as well because no slats anymore. It's a 2050 gallon. Bought it off Clark Machinery. Now, I'm not sure of the age of it. I actually have it on done deal, and lads are asking me the age. I don't know, because when I got it, it was fully resprayed, and I don't think there's any plate on it. But like, it's working 100%. It's 100%. I done all my slurry with it, what you would have seen on the videos, and there was never any problem. The only problem I had was I caught the PTO in my arms one day, and there's a new PTO on it. Other than that, like, that's my own fault. That's not. Look, it could do with a bit of a wash, other than that, and a grease or whatever like that, but it's working 100%. I think there was a guy maybe going to come Wednesday to look at it. I'm not sure, but yeah, all this stuff needs to get washed and into the shed. It'll probably be after Christmas now. With this single rotor rake, this Cleveland single rotor rake, it really is a good job, but we do that much raking that we really would want a double rotor, just a normal rake with two rotors, just to save us some time. You know, you have to do 2 runs with this to make 1 row, but great job. It is a great job. If you weren't doing as much, we were doing quite a lot, so another rake would probably suit better, really. And then we have the second tether here. We're keeping this one, we're selling the other one. This is a newer one. It needs to be washed and all as well. So Crone as well. I think, what's his name now, a new guy on YouTube, Graham Kavanagh, he wasn't happy with the Crone at all, or he said lads down there weren't overly happy with the Crone. But I find the Crone a great job. Both of them have been good, so I've no issues with it at all. So that's sort of just a quick run around. Probably finish off this video now. There's not much to go into it. So look, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and we will see you at the next one.